to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka. I'm a wise clown. I like to do my little daily channels. I'm one of them psychic types. One of them intuitive-ishnesses. Everybody knows one. Just not more, but I don't understand more people like me, or be like, yeah, this is how I am, you know? You hide it. It's encouraging if more people see it, because I see the thread on social media. I see it all over the place. Empaths are trendy, and to be sensitive and intuitive and psychic, it's so glorious and glamorous, and woo, look at me, and la la. It ain't that glamorous. It ain't that, it's deep, but it ain't that shiny and whistly and brand new, you know? It ain't always easy, and I love astrology because it guides me. I use it to guide me, and I don't use them as predictions, you know? But I know when things are extra sensitive. Like, I knew that today was going to be a within day, and that there's extra sensitivity, and it manifested it, and it played out in my house today, and Tucker, as a result, he's scared. He's scared. He got scared. Fear, man, paralyzes people. People don't realize how freaking just being afraid. And whose fear is it? Is it your fear because it's something that you legitimately came across and experienced that you had that was scary? Or is it somebody told you that you should always be afraid of, and that you're just waiting for it to happen? That impending... I know a lot of people, I've had it before, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Sometimes I can get it now, depending on what the astrology is, you know? Depends. I know the astrology is coming out that people are going to be are losing their gifts. See, people are given gifts. They're like level in a video game. You level up. But if you don't use your gifts in the way that they're intended, you lose them. Ask all those millions of armed forces men that need that get the $11 million of enhancement drugs spent on them every year. Yeah. You use your gifts and abilities. You don't use them, you lose them. It's like when people get stiff when they get old. You don't move around. You lose your ability to move. Things fossilize, become hardened. Before we're carbon-based. Now we're turning more into the crystalline-based DNA. You know? And, a lot of tarot cards, they're going to start getting mixed messages, and they're going to, they're not going to be as accurate as they have had the gift of been. They've had the gift of accuracy, and they didn't take it to excel. They took it and cashed in. Made a lot. I know a lot of readers have been making a lot of freaking money reading and going all around the world, basking in the glory of their abundance. Well, it's about to run out because things, if you've seen it, you ain't been so accurate. And I think that we're moving into a time that people want teachers that aren't gonna lie to them and give them a bunch of foo-foo, stupid, freaking nonsense stuff to do. There's more important stuff to do, I ain't trying to freaking change anybody's mind here, or convince anybody of any kind of thing, I'm just a middle-aged... I don't need... It's hard... How can you determine if you're middle-aged if you don't know when you're gonna die? I just am past my youth. Even though Mom says I still got that kid look in my face. My body's tired, I was rough with it, I was rough with it, and now things hurt, and, but I still am pretty active, I'm not done yet. I ain't gonna fossilize and shrivel up and not move, I like getting out, I like hanging out with friends, I like having friends. I haven't had any friends for a long time, in close proximity. I'm due, these guys are great, and we communicate wonderfully together and understand each other. Can't can't take him into restaurants a lot. Anyway. So yeah, the climate is changing. You know, the world is freaking nutty, and it's my comfort zone because it's all stuff I'm used to. I'm used to nutty. I grew up in nutty. I grew up around in environments that, you know, people never believed to be true, but it was my reality. So now, with the world changing as fast as it is, you know, craziness, you know. Yeah, more people are seeing UFOs, more people are believing in UFOs, and my favorite part, dude, is that my line of thinking here is mainstream. I was watching a show I like, Single Parents, last night, and there's this little peculiar little girl that I identify with. Yeah, she's interesting. She's an old soul. She always says that she's just like me, only she has long hair. She says yeah, okay, that thing. And last night, one of the parents was sitting there with her, and she was like, it panned over to her, and just straight face, she was like, in a past life, I died on a ship. And that's what's happening. And I was just so overfilled with joy because somebody thought to write that in, because kids are coming into this incarnation. They're being born with recall of their past lives and things that they could do, you know, piano playing, you know, the artist, the 6-year-old at Yale or whatever, are colleges prestigious anymore even? I don't know. Are they even worth what you pay? Because you can't even get out and make jobs that much, you know? I mean, there are more kids, more people that have high school degrees and that are doing just fine, so. But it's all these old storylines and paradigms and stuff that are just all coming down. All the stuff I always knew is nonsense. Nonsense. Why are people going to go to a place where a group of people are going to tell them how things are in that place, and then they're going to go live someplace else, and things aren't like that everywhere? You know what I mean? It's weird. But what are you going to do? What else? The astrology. Oh, I was listening to an Edgar Cayce talk last night. Edgar Cayce, man. He's that frequency that I am in line with also, and he is, God, up there at Dolores Cannon. Oh, God, some great minds, people that just burnt themselves out helping people, you know? That's what a lot of people are just burnt out right now. And in his talk last night, they were talking about, you know, how a lot of the, I'm going to switch gears because I didn't touch on the rainbow light people that I was talking about when I actually was listening to Dolores Cannon. Is today the day, is her birthday, or tomorrow, April 14th? It's coming up. I'm feeling her a lot. She's like a grandma that you could take to an AC/DC concert in the 90s, you know, back when they were. Anyway, I believe everything is electricity and energy, and it's just all about who makes you feel good and who doesn't. And we've all been given our own record. It's stored in our Akashic record. We've all been given a history of what makes us, and that's what this incarnation is we're supposed to experience all these emotions and all these feelings, but they're this storyline that likes to control how people should act and feel, which is contrary to free will universe. But those are all changing because it's like people aren't putting up with stuff that they used to put up with. Nah, man, that's not cool. Nah, that's not. No, being a jerk like that ain't cool, y'all. Being rude like that ain't cool, y'all. You know? And people are finding that if you meet people with understanding and love, you can diffuse the situation. You know, when somebody comes at somebody that's already yelling, now you got two people yelling and a whole bunch of scared people around you. You know, you got to have one person that's going to be level-headed enough to rise above the situation, to assess and process and think about how everyone can go home from this situation of learning something. We all have our teachable moments. We can be an example, of what to do or example of what not to do. You know, the life is hard enough, and it's just getting harder and harder for more and more people. That is why the level of empathy is growing. Empathy. Being empathetic. But how can people that have never had terrible things happen to them feel the emotion of tragedy? Well, more people are having bad things happen to them because with all the nonsense, for whatever reason, they're putting in the food and in the sky, more people are getting sick. A lot of people can't afford medical care anywhere, and it's just all so weird, and none of it has to be like this. So there's this little pulse, there's this little thread. It's called love. It's the highest vibration of all. And money has nothing to do with love. It has nothing to do with love, you know. Money has all to do with ego, and people's egos are falling like nobody's business, man. Some people are reaching a level of humility that they never thought that they could understand and comprehend. You know, I never thought as a college graduate, veteran, you know, I put myself in good standing. Never thought I'd be without water for months. That storyline is over soon, and one day I'll put it behind me. But my point is, you know, if this is the greatest challenge that I have had, you know, but taxing on me and my mom, you know, and more people are gonna have this struggle, you know. Not enough water, too much water. It's just life experiences. And when people have bad ones, man, people can't go through them alone. We need community. We need your community. You need to find your community and the people that you trust that aren't going to make fun of you when you're having a bad day. And you know that they're not going to make fun of you and turn around and gossip about you. Because you know what? You don't hear them gossiping about other people, too. You know, when you hear people gossiping about people, you know they're talking trash about you. You know when people are freaking, you're seeing, you hear friends taking extra long lunch breaks or, you know, all that stuff, you know, coming in late, leaving early, all that stuff. You're robbing your employer, you know. Then it just makes me know that they're going to cheat me one day. And these are all the people that I've cut out of my life, the liars and the cheats and the disingenuous. But it's all changing. It's a beautiful thing. Just hold your faith. You gotta have faith in something bigger than you. Have faith in something bigger than you. My faith is in love. My faith is in creation. My faith is alive and well today. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.